I'm Ethan Norris-Weber with the Humanities Truck. Today is September 13th.
Hello, Ethan.
25. We are at Shaw Art All Night. Do I have permission to record this interview?
Yes, you do.
And what is your name?
My name is Jeremie McClain, McClain.
Awesome, JJ.
Right.
And what brings you to Shaw Art All Night?
Well, we are here at Art All Night. I am with Us Helping Us, People into Living, established in 1985, incorporated in 1988. And what we do is we do free HIV testing, and we try to come to all communities, all events, so we can offer those type of services to anybody that's available.
Fantastic.
Or who needs them.
Yeah. Is this the first time that you guys have come to Shaw?
Yes, actually, it's our first time coming to this event, so it's pretty exciting tonight. It's like it's getting full, kind of busy. So, you know, from being from a Southerner, I'm enjoying myself. Yeah.
Nice. And do you have personally much experience coming to the Shaw neighborhood or?
No, I'm originally from the South,
okay.
So this will be one of my first times actually being here in the Shaw area, doing like what we're doing here tonight. So it's exciting. I see all the beautiful art that is here. I see the table setting outside. It looks beautiful. All the people look beautiful. All the canvases look beautiful. The art looks beautiful. So it's exciting to be here.
And so you said you're from the South originally.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been living in the DC area?
It's coming up on roughly a year. It's very different very much different than the South, but you know, it's coming up on a year, so it's going okay.
Yeah. And Shaw isn't your that's not where you call home in DC?
No, it's not where I come home in DC. Actually, I live on northeast side.
Okay.
So I think it would be like Fort Totten, Brookland area you will call me from being for home.
Yeah. And how has that neighborhood been in comparison to the home that you've grown up with?
Oh, very much different. Very much different. You know, I come from the South. Well, things are very much different. We had to grow our own vegetables, which we still need to do right now. But no. What one of the biggest things is like in the South we have more space. So even in when it comes to housing, I see up here they call everything to me is a townhouse because everything is connected, right? So you know, in the South, everything is like I call it a whole house. When I pass by, I see a whole. I'm like, oh, there's a whole house. So it's kind of that's my difference in knowing like the difference between the South. I wish we have those, but not as much they do here. But everything is kind of squished together. So you have to do that in order to make space here in DC, from what I see.
And at the Humanities Truck, we want to know like about community and stuff, and
yes.
memory and experiences, and the place that you call home. So, is there any like important memory or experiences that you've had in this year of living in the Fort Totten, Brooklyn area?
My experience has been community a lot. I see that DC has a very good culture about having community, which is very, very awesome. I've never seen it to the point where you have so many gatherings of so many people like doing different things. If it's art, if it's music, if it's just having an outreach day, community health, or things like that. So those things I actually see across all of DC that I see very much different than I see in other places.
And have you noticed much of sort of a similar community or sort of different communities that you interact with Us Helping Us?
I think that the areas are very different. More certain areas need more attention than others. Kind of how Jesus went after the one sheep that was lost because that one sheep needed it, but the other ones would be okay. So it's I think one thing that makes our company a little bit different and more needed is that we go find that one sheep that needs us and brings it back home. We're like just doing HIV care. I've had HIV for 16 years. Can you believe that? So it's very important to me to actually be able to pass along that option of being able to get tested, because back in the early 2000s you didn't really see vans or like art events where you can have combined. Some people can like look at art and then you still can say, okay, wow, I can go get an HIV test. That's an awesome thing. So the combination is always great because it does, you crossing the lines of whichever, it doesn't matter. We're just out here to serve, which I do like.
Yeah.
And serve with art.
So what are some favorite communities that you guys have been out with before for the Us Helping Us program?
I have to say one of my biggest ones was Pride this year.
Oh, very cool.
Pride was very, very different this year, which is very different. It's nothing on the South. Now the South, nobody parties like us. Nobody does that. They would never be able to do that. Never compete. But it was really, really good to have mean, all of DC, all of the USA. It was World Pride. So we were really, really busy, 16-hour days. But you know, for to see that my bosses and our management team cares enough to make sure that we were included, we were out there, we were, you know, being in the community. It was a great thing. Just so you know, because it's like people from all different sides of culture, every different color you can think of. It was like definitely a big rainbow. So I do love this. So I love it for, you know, those aspects, which I do hope, like, you know, in the South, one thing I always say, in the South we don't have like community vans like this, or we don't have like, sometimes we don't have like events like this. And so one of those things I'm learning is like, hopefully I'll be able to implement when I go back home to like Mississippi, Tennessee, places like that, and it brings those things back to where they needed it, because everybody needs some type of services. And so it helps us stop the spread of HIV no matter what we do. So I like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then I assume that you guys go to some events in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Upcoming. Are there any ones that you're looking forward to in particular?
Yes, I am looking forward to our gala this year. Our gala is happening, I think it's happening in December, which our yearly gala. So if you want to make a donation, you can always go to ushelpingus.org, okay, and make a donation to them, because we're doing the right thing for your money, okay? But I think the gala is one of the greatest events that I've seen, because I went last year when I first got here, and our gala was just beautiful. It recognized everyone that did the hard work in the community, the groundwork. One thing I learned from Stacey Abrams when she was up and running a lot is that she always talked about the grassroots and groundwork. And when you do that, you know, you can touch more people than that you would think, because on the ground is where people are really at. You know, sitting up high and looking down low doesn't work for me. So I like to come down low and meet people where they're at. You know, so the gala event actually exuberates and, like, you know, shines light on people who's been in the community, seeing what donation we can have to keep us extended on, because right now with the administration that we have in office, a lot of grants are getting cut, a lot of things are happening, Medicare is getting cut, things like that. So it's good that we all binding together to make sure that we all still succeed and still last past this.
Yeah,
so I like it.
That's great. And I think that's all of the questions that I really have for you. Is there anything that I didn't ask that you were hoping to?
No, I would just say, if you all see a humanities truck, please stop, donate, you know, love on them, because we need this. And humanity is a great thing to go. If you look at anything in the past, Jesus was a very much humanitarian, right? So do the right thing. When you see a humanitarian truck, do me a favor. From Jeremie McClain, from God's ears to my mouth, stop and engage and see what they have to offer.
Fantastic. Thank you.